Hi all. In the last video, we talked about how Panchatantra originated, the story of the king, their three idiot sons, and Vishnu Sharma, the origins of Vishnu Sharma, how Panchatantra has been written. Now, I would like to go into the story, the actual story. Now, as we know, Pancha means five and Tantra means neethi, or so this Panchatantra, the first tantra of Panchatantra is Mitra Bheda. So let us start and see how the story goes. The story goes about this businessman who whose father actually made a lot of money, and he made so much money that the businessman called Vardhaman did not have to do anything in his life. He could just eat and then he could sleep, and he doesn't has to do anything. But really, as a uh, businessman's son, would he do that? Now that's the question. So one fine evening, he was just about to sleep and just thought that my father made a lot of money, and have I have so much wealth that even if I don't do anything in this life, I don't have to worry about anything. But then he thought, this satisfaction, is it going to help me? I mean, even if you have so much money, I believe that money is something which should always increase. Everyone in this world works for money, and he works for something that he wants to maximize it at any costs. So why should this businessman sit idle? So then he thought about greatness of money. So let's recap and just think of it in a manner that, see, this businessman was thinking in this manner that money is very important in life. But as an Indian, and for last 60, 70, 80 years, uh, the movies which we have been seeing, the books which have been printed, they talk a lot about uh, money being evil. Money can't buy you happiness, and that sometimes I feel that I have a doubt. I have my own doubts. Now that doubt is being cleared by this ancient book called Panchatantra. Now, agreed. That there are many people who think that money can't buy happiness, and by all means they can give their money to me. I'm okay to take it, and I don't want to be happy. I'm okay with money, right? So this is just my opinion, and you may judge me because based on my opinion, but still I feel that the greatness of money is something which I feel that you have to have money, and uh, this money can't buy you happiness thing is something which has been fed into our brains so much that uh, I don't know, like if it was some industrialists propaganda that they wanted nobody else to compete, and come up with that idea that everyone can compete, everyone can earn money. So earning money in a way has become a bit of an evil thing, and that's something like the literature. If you look at it, Scrooge in Christmas Carol, right? So probably greed is something which I too don't agree with, but earning money is something which is very important because which helps it helps economy as well, right? So in the outset, I this businessman was thinking about the money and greatness of money. So couple of things which he was thinking in a manner was that this Sanskrit shloka, like there are like couple of them, I would like to recite them, and then we will go ahead with the story. Yasyarthaah tasya mitrani yasyarthaah tasya bandhavaah yasyarthaah sa puman loke yasyarthaah sa cha panditaah. That means The one who has money, friends flock around him. Iron Man has a lot of friends, right? And maybe not because of money, but definitely that's one of the factors, because they need money for research, right? Yasya arthaha tasya bandhavaha. That means, the relatives who are like far fetched and you don't even know them, but once you know that yes, there are some relative who has some money, he is rich, probably we should go to him and see if he can, probably provide me some uh, means or something, right? Yasyarthaha sapuman loke. The one who has money, he has almost conquered every purushartha there. Yasyarthaha sachipanditaha. I mean, whoever has money, like, look at Elon Musk. Whatever he says hydrogen car doesn't work. It doesn't work. Electric cars work. Even if burns coal, it is good for environment. So whatever he says is the truth, right? I mean, whatever the other, the media companies may fight with him, but definitely he has some say in everything, right? So similarly, नसा विद्या नसा विद्या न तद्ज्ञानं न तत्शिल्पं न सा कला न तत्स्थैर्यं न धनिना याचकैः यत्न गीयते. That means a rich man is always bound by these people who always praise him, right? So they praise him about his great knowledge, the great sense of art, his courage and whatnot, right? So, and ihaloke hi dhanina paropi sujanayate swajanopi daridranam sarvada durjanayate. In this world, the people who have money, the others who are not related to that person, sometimes become very close to them. And if you are poor man, who would like to come to you, or probably, he would be afraid that uh, what may happen. He may ask me for some kind of credit which he will not be able to repay, right? So that is the problem, and that is the practical world. I mean, whether you agree it or not, whether you propagandize saying that yeah, money can't buy you happiness, but 99% of the people are who spend their lives earning money, right? And पूज्यते यत् अपूज्योपि अगम्येपि गम्यते vanjate yad avanjepi saprabhavo dhanasya cha. For money, people start worshipping people who should not be worshipped. They start worshipping devil. Uh, they go to places where they don't want to go. They might go to some kind of gold mines or some places where they should not go. And they praise anyone and everyone, whoever they don't want. I mean, a person who is probably not that great, and you start praying him, right? So that is what money does. So that's what this character, this businessman Vardhaman was thinking about. And so what happened, and then he started thinking about ways of earning money. Now, I mean, this may look quite unusual to you, but first thing he thought was the best way to earn money is begging. And begging is something which is really very easy way of doing that. I mean, all you need to do is that put a pitiful face, go to someone and ask for alms, right? And he may or may not give you, but whoever gives you, like if 100 people give me 10 rupees every day, I am making 1,000 rupees, and every month I am making 30,000, probably more than what Wipro or TCS pays me, right? I mean, who knows? Maybe, right? And he doesn't have to work, he doesn't have to code, he doesn't have to do anything for that matter. All he needs to do is just show his hand like this, that's all, and he is going to get a lot of money. And the great thing about it is that you don't have to have any kind of connection with any person. You are like, there's something called no frills kind of business, right? And the problem with begging though is that if I ask you to go and beg somewhere in the signal or some, like, uh, I'm sure you will, at the first place you will either slap me or either you will abuse me, right? So I cannot say that. So the problem with begging is it doesn't have that pride or that dignity, if I call that, right? So that is the major problem with begging. Now, what is the second method? The second method is, in those days it was something like rajakarya, matlab it is something like you are working with the king. And what happens with the king? Uh, in this world, in the contemporary world, it's a government official, and government official have ruled the country for more than 60 70 years now, and they are ruling. And maybe because of the complicated rules, maybe because of the license raj till 91, still they are ruling, still they are, if you ask me why these projects are getting delayed, there are some government officials who are there. There is a policeman sitting at every traffic signal, and he has some say in the way you are driving or something. And he has some rule or the other that he can catch you some way or the other. Of course, that is decreasing, and probably because policeman's salary is increasing, and salary is something which this government official doesn't have any control on. Although they are getting these increments every year, but still he has to beg before the government, saying that yes, whatever you give me, that's the one, right? So agreed. Government officials have their own problems. They have this their name is spoiled for like eternity. Yeah, okay, he is a government official, that means he must have been bribed. Even the honest government official is accused of that. And sometimes when you get caught, you may get caught, and if the government is not with you, you are done. You are done. And there are many cases where people are implicated in the cases which they have not done anything, right? So government officials have their own problems, and we have to sympathize with them. So even this businessman thought that working with king or in the government is not also a very great idea. Then comes this, and this is one of the things which is most important thing in the world, like the farmer, right? An Indian farmer is an unluckiest soul. He tills the soil, he works hard enough, and then still he doesn't get the due. And probably that was the case that time also. And he was thinking that yes, he tills the soil, he gets his produce, goes to the market, and still if he doesn't get a good price, then all the hard work which he has done for past few months is waste. And that is something which is the biggest problem with farmers. There may be rich farmers, there may be farmers who have owned these cold storages, or probably they are members of the APMC, or they are probably friends of these licensed dalals or something. But still farming is something which he thought is probably not feasible for him. Then he thought of teaching and academics. Academics are something which, in the current world, academics require a lot of research, and research requires money, a lot of money, and they raise money from different places. And if you want to earn a degree, you have to pay loads and loads of money. And these professors who teach, of course they get a lot of money. So teaching, getting your patent done, teaching tuitions, have these motivational speakers. So in a way, academics are also good source of money. But to this businessman, he thought that first I need to learn something, and then I want to start teaching something. That's going to take an eternity, so I am not going to do that. Then comes this giving credit, right? All these banks do that, credit cards, mortgages, and everyone is making a lot of money through credits. But what happened in 2008? Subprime mortgage crisis. What happens? The collateral which you have loses its value. You are done for the day. You are done. Anyone can run away and default. And that's the reason why we see these big credit risk models which are running, and these many regulations which are there, CCAR, IFRS 9, and what not. And that is a big problem. You have to till the time everything is okay, you are making a lot of money through the interest. but the moment something goes wrong, the moment the collateral loses its value, you are done. So businessman being businessman, he thought the best way to do the business was to do the business. Probably just the plain vanilla, buy something for $10, sell it for $15, and you are done for the day. Probably import and export. Buy something which is abundant in your country and sell something in the other country with this for profit. And that's something he thought probably was one of the most feasible things which he wanted to do. Now he slept off, and in the morning he woke up. He woke up and he thought that, let me just go ahead and go and take everything which I have, everything as in every uh, material, like for example gold dishes or silver or whatever, right? So let me just go ahead and go to a country where these are rare and start selling me and make some profit. So he started going with his family, his friends, his people around him, his servants, and many people. And he was going through this, so he had this bullock cart in those days. And there were two bullocks, which were two bulls basically, and they were very, he liked them a lot. They were like pets to him. Like you have this grown attachment with these pets, but still, they were bullock carts, and bulls pull them. So one of them was Nandaka and the other one was Sanjeevaka. The Sanjeevaka and Nandaka both started going through that, and this person was going from, I think, Mahila Propya Nagara to Mathura, and in between there was this river called Yamuna. And this river, probably they had to go, they didn't have bridge or something, and they had to go through that river, and they had to cross at a place where it was little bit shallow. And unfortunately, this bullock cart got drowned or stuck in the middle of this uh, in the middle of this in the middle of this river. Now what he had to do, he started, I mean, these bulls tried a lot to bring that up, and somehow in the process Sanjeevak lost its leg broke. And he was like, Sanjeevak was like, he just fell down. And the businessman thought that, let's try to see if it can come back, or let's try to see if we can take it to the place and heal it, and try to, because he had this love for these that animal, right? So then someone said that, probably you should lose something, it is okay, and you should not lose bigger things, because this is already a big forest, and in this forest you have these dangerous animals which may any time come and uh, create trouble for you. And so they decided to leave it. And with that bull Sanjeevak, there were two people who were left, two servants who were left. Now these two servants, being, I don't know, like unethical people, they said that, they thought that, I mean, they were also afraid, because this was jungle, and we are talking about a very practical story. So this was jungle, and they were also very afraid. Now, so they said that, oh, okay, so like they waited for 1.5 hours, and they just turned back and went behind that caravan, and said to that businessman Vardhaman that, done, I think the Sanjeevak has lost its life, and it's done for the day, I think. So then Vardhaman actually rewarded these people that they have at least were at the last moments of that bull, and he gave this pindadan, and then he left. Now Sanjeevak was, its leg was broken. It was he was sleeping in a very soft uh, soft grass, and he was thinking, and cool breeze was coming, and it was touching his feet, and slowly he started moving, and when he saw, it was probably the heaven for him. He looked at it, He saw cold water, he drank it. He had this grass, he ate it, and then in a matter of time, in few days, he became very strong and very able ox, or sort of, a bull like this. And it it as if that whole area where people used to drink water, or animals used to drink water, that became its own territory. It was like that the bull was shouting like anything. He was running around like anything. It was making all sorts of dangerous and all sorts of scary noises. And you know what happened later? The you I mean, this scary voice of that, and the way it was such a big bull it has become in a matter of few days, it managed to scare a lion called Pingalak. So the lion Pingalak was actually wanting to drink some water near that Yamuna, and it saw a very strange animal. It saw a bull, and that bull was so big that lion itself, you know so in a way, if you talk about it, Panchatantra has broken a great stereotype here. That means no matter who you are, anybody can scare you, right? So be careful. You know, you are not that big. Even if you are a lion, a bull can manage to scare you, and sometimes it may manage to hurt you as well. So be careful, right? So it has sort of, till that point, lion was perceived as the king of the animals, and it was perceived to be that royal animal which, every animal followed it and all that, right? So that kind of aura was there for these lion. But lion was so scared that, I mean, this bull managed to scare that lion. So lion came back. It did not drink water. Lion did not drink water. They sat in a sort of, in a formation, and that formation was something like lion was sitting in the middle, safe and sound. There were these ministers, kind of, whatever ministers you have who advise the lion, any kind of animal. And then you had these uh, you know uh, uh, the territorial kings, like, probably a tiger or a cheetah or something. They were also very dangerous animals. So once lion is afraid, all these animals, however dangerous they were also afraid. And now when it came to this, the fourth formation was of these small animals like jackals, fox, and the other animals, small, animals. Now lion, when it was so afraid and sitting in that, under that small tree, uh, there were two jackals which were just observing everything. Now these jackals were actually son of a unfaithful minister of this lion. And lion had literally thrown that minister away. And these two jackals, they started looking at that lion. And one of them was Damanak. So Damanak said that, what has happened to this lion? Why is he afraid? And I am hearing a lot of these sounds from these this uh, that area of Yamuna where animals go and drink water. I think we should investigate that. Then this Karatak, the other jackal, those two were brothers actually. So Karatak said that, what nonsense are you talking, brother? I think, let him do whatever, whether he drinks water or does whatever. I don't think that, see, you saw how he insulted our father, and our father passed away. And I don't think it's good to probably even think about that king. I think we should keep us out of that business, unless you want to become like that monkey, which did not mind its own business, and ultimately the fate took revenge on that monkey. Damnak said, "Okay, what are you talking? Tell me something about that monkey." So then, there is this story of this monkey which I am going to talk about in my next video. So thank you, uh, and I would request you, if you liked this video, uh, please like and subscribe, and घंटी बजाइए. Thank you so much.